Good evening and welcome to Vote Right for America. This is an election year and we will be voting for a number of offices. Members of the U.S. House of Representatives are up for election or re-election. Roughly 1/3 of the U.S. Senate seats are up for election or re-election. And of course, the office of the President of the United States is up for grabs. Many people have their hopes up for this election year. They anticipate their favorite candidate will win. They watch and they wait until the primaries are over, the conventions are over, and the general election gets underway on Tuesday, November 3rd, 2020. But there are a lot of people who are torn on how to decide who gets elected. There are people who say they vote for the person, not the party. There are people who have voted for a candidate of a particular gender. Some people voted for Hillary Clinton in 2016 because she was a woman. Some people have voted for a candidate because of the candidate's ethnic background or race. Some people voted for Barack Obama because he was black. Some people have voted for a candidate simply because the candidate was physically attractive or had a good sounding name. I know one woman who said she voted for Bill Clinton because he was good looking. Someone who bases his or her vote on those things I just mentioned are what I call the shallow voter. A shallow voter is looking at surface stuff. A shallow voter is not looking at the real stuff that matters. The stuff that matters is deep. The stuff that matters is what that person, that political candidate, believes what makes for good government, and does the person's belief match your belief on what makes for good government. Let's take a look at the shallow voter who says, I vote for the person, not the party. In that shallow voter's mind, political party affiliation means nothing. In the real world, it does. A party's candidate reflects the belief of his or her party's activists regarding the role of government. So the person who says he votes for the person, not the party, is really saying he looks at perceived personality and popularity of candidates, surface stuff, and is admitting he is clueless about the political world in general. He would more than likely not be able to tell you about any political, economic, philosophical differences between our political parties. He would more than likely say something like, there is no difference between them, they're all the same, showing how clueless he really is. He may even say those oft-repeated dismissive words, they're all crooks anyway. His viewpoint is not that much different than a middle school student voting for the class president. In those elections, personality and popularity wins. In the grown-up world, we need to pass up personality and popularity and concentrate on substance. The key question for us adults is always, what does this person believe as to what makes for good government and good governance, and how does this person's belief match my beliefs on what makes for good government and good governance? In the real world, a candidate's view will line up with his or her political party's view on a number of government-related topics. Even for those people who have never read a copy of a political party's platform, which is that party's official positions on a number of topics related to government, you can draw a number of conclusions based on what the candidate says and how much it aligns with what his party activists, the ones who make the platform, believes. Now, for some people, that makes their head hurt. I get it. The mainstream news media doesn't help much because, quite frankly, they dope election coverage down to that middle school level of thinking. The less people know about political economic differences, the more vitriol the political reactions. In Vote Right for America, I'll explore and explain to you the differences between political parties here in the USA, their base political economic philosophies, and how those philosophies play out with their candidates. It may get a little deep, but I'll try to make it entertaining, yet informative throughout. This is DJ Ennis, and this was episode 1 of Vote Right for America. Be sure to check next week's Saturday evening posting for more discussion on American politics. Please be sure to comment by emailing me at vrfadjennis@gmail.com.